my friend James Derkits, the Reverend James Derkits, who is the rector of Trinity by the Sea Episcopal Church in Port Aransas, Texas. As many of you know, a little over a year ago, they experienced a hurricane named Harvey. And our city and our church and a variety of other folks around here mobilized to send aid and things and different ways to respond. And we took a trip down there this summer, and it's just a thrill for me to get to share this place that I love with my friend, and for him to be here to share a word with us. So please welcome my friend James Derkits.
Hey, Port A, remember that time when Robert King bought us beer? Not everyone, but some of us got a beer. Hey, Port A, couldn't count all the smokers making us tacos, food everywhere, and it came from everywhere. Hey, Port A, you remember when neighbors opened up their homes and nobody knew that they hadn't swept in weeks? Hey, Port A, we blew Harvey away. Hey, Port A, though the trash was piled high, people were smiling, hugs replaced handshakes, and nobody knew what to do. So we said, I'm okay with tears for punctuation. Without hesitation, we picked up what we could. And we prayed, oh God, grant guidance. We know we'll make it. We don't need stuff, but we sure could use some surf. Hey, Port A, we blew Harvey away. Well, hey, Harvey, you changed everything. Our time's been marked. You took away all of our things. But our island heart, it's stronger than it's ever been. Hey, Port A, you can't take that away. Hey, Port A, we couldn't find our tools, but Ken had everything we could ever need, and it didn't cost a dime. They drove in all the way from Mississippi and North San Antonio with hearts on their sleeves, even if they didn't have any sleeves. And the cranes went fishing for fishing boats, trash trucks crawled in, linemen climbed, and suddenly a light went on. Hey, Port A, we blew Harvey away. Sing it with me. Hey, Port A, we blew Harvey away. Thank you. I'm here for a couple of reasons. I'm here this morning to say thank you, to share a few songs with you. That one, I introduced it at the last one, but I just wanted to drop it on you at this service. And you know that song already. I saw your recognition, the recognition in your face as I sung about the things that happen after these storms roll through. The chaos of it, the gifts of it, the reorienting that quickly happens in our lives, that it's still part of your memory, of course, and is fresh on our minds in Port Aransas. And I wanted to share that story just to kind of get me back in those early days. And one of the things that also happened in the early days as I was driving back into Port Aransas, it's P-O-R-T-A-R-A-N-S-A-S, Port Aransas. But when I say it, it just sounds like Port Aransas. I had to explain that to some people who don't speak Southern, so anyway, you all get it. But as we were driving in, my wife, Laura, were literally sitting in a line of traffic waiting to get back to see how much of our house and church and town are left. And my wife, Laura, in her wisdom said, Port Aransas is about to find out what the Episcopal Church is all about. And she could say that with confidence because we have been watching you for all these years. And we came over to the coast here after Katrina, and we helped out, and we could come here because we're your cousins from just across the Gulf. And people came from all over, I know. People showed up, and our church was here for you. And now look, we've been watching, and we have our hope from watching you rise up and tell your resurrection story. So the first thing I'm here to do is just say thank you. Port Aransas does know what the Episcopal Church is all about because you've had our back from the very beginning. We opened up the doors and said, come on in, even if we didn't know who we were talking to. They started showing up with supplies. We opened up our parish hall. You could kind of step on the floor and water would come up through the seams, but that was okay. It still held food and cleaning supplies and all that. We opened up the doors of the church, and we spray painted on plywood, prayers at 8 o'clock. I heard that y'all did something like that here. And we started inviting people in to pray and get what they needed. We didn't know how to do it, but we knew it could be done because we watched y'all go through it, and we knew that we were headed somewhere. And you have not disappointed. Thank you. I've got an awesome fence around my backyard. I live in the rectory at our church, and you all came and built that. Your school, Coast Episcopal, helped our day school, raised money, and has been supporting them all along. And we're getting back up on our feet. You know we're not done yet. You know this takes a while. But we have made some amazing progress. And so I'm here to say thank you. And thank you to your rector. Y'all have an amazing rector. I hope you realize that. I think you do. Stephen and I have been going on this retreat that we're about to head out on. I'm trying to keep the sermon short because I'm ready to go. But we're going out on a retreat that we've been going on for years, and we check in every year, and we just talk about what's going on in our lives, in our personal lives, in our priestly lives, in our churches, and we get away. And so the other thing that I'm doing here is starting my Advent practice, which is to go out in the woods with some friends. In this case, we're going to an island. And we're going to go out into the wilderness and check in, see how things are going. Give ourselves some space. Get away from the busyness of day-to-day life and just be for a little less than a week to get ready for the year to come. Advent is the beginning of the year. And to have a beginning, we must have endings. And so, along with starting this fresh year, we pay attention also to those things which have ended. And I've got quite a list of those things that have ended. I'm ready for the recent past to be over and to walk away and to practice turning toward what's to come. And Advent is about recognizing that all the things that we tend to think are going to be there aren't necessarily going to be there. The powers are not going to be there. The buildings may or may not be there. Life as we know it may not be there, but one thing abides. All the readings point to this. The Word of God abides. And the Spirit of God will be there to teach us even when we're feeling lowly and humble and used up and don't know where to turn. God will be there. That opening hymn we sung says, O come, thou wisdom from on high, who orderest all things mightily. Teach us in her ways to go. It remembers that what's born in Jesus is that holy wisdom which was with God in the beginning, that brought order in the very beginning of things, and will continue to bring order and to reorient our lives even as things fall away. That in this season of Advent, we allow Christ to reorder us, maybe to reorient us back toward God, to be open to what new things God will be teaching us. The second song is called Sophia. It's about that holy wisdom. Way back before you knew me, you know I knew you and everything. Sometimes you call me Sophia. Sometimes you don't call me anything. And when your heart is beating backwards, you can't find which way to go. Just remember that I've been there too. And I'll still be here when it's through. Solomon, he was my lover. Holy wisdom was my name. We went on like that for ages, till the day we spoke Mary's name. And when your heart is beating backwards, and you can't find which way to go, just remember that I've been there too. I'll still be here when it's through. When you look for the right word, kick a shell or write in the sand, look up into the night sky, then look down into your own hands. So when your heart is beating backwards and you can't find which way to go, just remember that I've been there too. I'll still be here when you're through. Way back before you knew me, you know I knew you and everything. So, welcome to Advent. I hope your hearts are open and ready for the good things that God is going to teach you, and that you're ready for Christ's birth and however that happens for you in the midst of your own life, however it interrupts what you've been doing or where you've been going. We feel very blessed that you give us the time to step away and be on retreat. Thank you for allowing Stephen to go. I'm sure he'll teach me a little bit of wisdom this week as we go out and get away from things. And hopefully we'll get to share some music and some time and just get to slow down and catch up. Part of why we do that is to model that for you. I don't know if you can take a week off, but however you carve out the time in your life, please do it and be open to listen and to wait and to prepare, to note the things that are ending and to await the things that are coming and being born into your life. This last song is about going into the wilderness, and if you know Texas geography, you'll know that way out west we've got a little bit of the tail of the Rocky Mountains, and that's one of the places that I like to go out and to reflect if there are no islands available. So glad we're here. This song is about going out into the wilderness. Seeing the sunrise on the highway, my friends and I celebrate another day. Texas mountains rise from the plain. We can't imagine all that we'll gain. The path is hard and it's rocky at times, and every step is a gift. You will find the way is the treasure, the pain, the toil, and the pleasure. I don't know what we'll find. I just need to clear my mind. My feet, they're getting a little stronger now. If I trip through this, things will be better somehow. I don't know what we'll find. Earth all around and within us, the birds and trees, they try to teach us there's so much more than what's beneath my skin. Sometimes we've got to step out to see what's within. Why do we go to the wilderness? Just like Jesus, trying to find what's best, alone and with the stars, night after night. Out here there's never any room for fright. I don't know what we found, but I stand firm here on the ground. My feet, they're so much stronger yet. If I trip through this, things will be better, I bet. I'll never know what we found. Seeing the sunset on the highway, my friends and I have made it through okay. Texas mountains turn back into plain. We'll never know all that we gain.